So very chilly, wintry weather all around South Africa. So the perfect time right now to be making something that I have never ever heard of before.
What?
I'm about to be schooled in it. Everyone's laughing at me like, how? How do you not know something called Ouma Onder Komberse? Anybody know about kobo?
Oh, say that again. Say that again.
Ouma Onder Komberse kobo.
Ha! Wow.
I've never in my life. I've heard of Eastervarkies. I've heard of not Ouma Onder. So this is what it looks like.
Yeah, for real.
Tell me about the origins of this dish, other than it being a traditionally South African, I assume.
We just finished Africa Month, but I believe this should have been on there because this is such a South African classic.
Okay.
Okay, so what it is, you know, I believe is honestly our grandmothers and mothers are so good at turning a little bit into a lot and then feeding a nation out of like the littlest amount of food. So what they do is, this is from, like normally mince, right?
Yes.
Today we're using Willie's boerewors because it's on the daily difference.
Oh, yes.
Because it's got all the seasoning in there already. But then what they would do is they would add things like egg and breadcrumbs to it and then just bulk it up and then wrap it in cabbage.
Cabbage, aka lettuce?
No, it's cabbage.
Oh,
Cabbage.
Oh, Lord. Just let me die here for a second quickly. I can't
bring you back to life, because this dish will bring you back to life. So then you take it's so inexpensive.
Wow.
Right? So it's a great way, and then you wrap it in the cabbage. You take these meatballs, you wrap it in the cabbage, you put it either like a little bit of a sauce or just like that in a roasting dish and you roast it. Yeah. You serve it over a whole lot of rice and everybody's happy.
Okay.
It's so inexpensive.
That's the most beautiful looking cabbage I have seen. Maybe that's why I mistook it for lettuce, because usually the cabbage that I see has been through a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do. Okay, but I mean cabbage also, we know like when it comes to January, cabbage replaces meat as well. So we're just gonna give this a new spin. Yeah. The reason this looks so amazing is because I've taken the cabbage and I've taken the leaves off. Then I take the leaves and I blanch it in a little bit of salt water, which make it nice and flimsy because we need it to fold, right? Lovely. So what you can do also, which someone else, like Jamie mentioned, you can actually chuck it in the freezer, your whole cabbage head, put it in the freezer because she's heard about this in other parts of the world.
Okay.
And then we take it out the freezer after it's frozen, the leaves will look just like this. So in Asia, they do a version of this as well, called lion's head soup. They make their pork mixture with a little bit of like prawns in there, wrap it in the cabbage leaves. It's like all over the world. Apparently, it's like in the Middle East. We've got it here. Asia's got it. It's so delicious.
All right, let's get cracking.
So what I've done is I've taken some onions and I've just slowly cooked the onions until it's nice and caramelized. And I'm adding it to the bowl.
There's some fresh bay leaves.
Yeah, that's the rule.
Wow.
Whenever you cook onions, add bay leaves to it.
It's like a standard operating procedure.
Yeah, it's new, it's official, public service announcement. You need to be doing this.
Get your bay in your onions.
Yeah, it's inexpensive, but it adds maximum flavor to your onions.
Lovely, okay.
So then I've added, so the onions nice and cooked down, a little bit of salt. Remember the boerewors is seasoned already.
So you don't need to go.
You don't need too much.
Completely crazy with the salt.
And then we're gonna go some toasted breadcrumbs. And this is just to give that texture, because it's got a very unique texture. It's very, very soft. It's not a hamburger that you're making. It's got to be soft like a fricadelle.
Okay, yes.
So then eggs going in there, that also just helps with the texture.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So 2 eggs go in.
So
Ouma Onder Komberse. I'm still trying to get. I understand the story you told about how our omas and moms were able to stretch things and make them go far. Ma, why are they onder Komberse? Why are they under the blanket?
So you make these little meatballs, right?
Yeah.
And then she's tired. So you put her in bed and then you tuck her in just like that. And then you put it to sleep.
That's the cutest thing I've ever. I don't even know if that's true or not, but I'll believe you.
Man, okay, so I'm gonna get it with my hands.
Okay.
Gonna mix it all up. And you really wanna make sure all the ingredients are really in there.
Yeah.
Everything's combined. So floor manager moment, Chadwin says he's heard of varkies onder die komberse.
Okay.
Same thing, but made with pork mince. So this recipe's got so many variations. And then I spoke to
So from this we can deduce that omas are made of mutton and beef.
And sausage.
And varkies are made of...
Hey, I don't know where that came from. But I mean, it's so amazing. Like, it's so nostalgic. When I spoke about this recipe and I said I'm doing this on the show, I said it last week, and someone was like, I know that dish. Wow, like my gran used to make it for me. Like, so nostalgic. That's why I was like, everybody will get it. Everybody will know what it is. So then, normally, like I said, you can either pack it into your roasting dish with a little bit of like stock. You can do it without. I'm gonna use, these are also on Daily Difference, these cooking sauces. And I'm using the sriracha one because I like a little bit of heat and a little bit of...
Yeah.
I just want to throw my scissors on the floor.
Go,
I'm
just
done
do
with
that.
it.
Do that. You're done.
We're adding half of that to the base of our roasting dish.
Yes.
So what's going to happen is there's a lot of fat and there's a lot of sauce in our sausage, so that's going to come out and it's going to mix with this cooking sauce. it's going to become one. It's going to become so delicious.
It looks it. It looks
Okay.
like it's got the potential to be very, very delicious.
It's going to be amazing.
Coconut
So,
sauce, honey and sriracha. Okay,
honey and sriracha. You get the Durban curry, you get the Cape Malay curry, you get the chicken a la king one.
Okay.
You get the tomato brie. Tomato brie would be a more traditional one to use.
Yes.
But I really like the sweetness and the heat you get out of this. Okay.
So be playful.
Oma, she's tired. We're dropping in the blanket. Get it nice and tight,
Yes.
just like that. Pop it in the dish. That's one.
Wow, okay, that was super simple.
Super simple. So what happens is the fat gets rendered out of the sausage mince.
Yes.
And then it starts browning the cabbage. So cabbage is great, but what we don't actually see our cabbage off and get it brown. When you brown cabbage, so much flavor comes out of it. And I feel like people just know about steamed cabbage or boiled cabbage, but when you roast it, it becomes so delicious. It becomes smoky. So this literally goes into the oven. I'd say for about, looking at that now, about half an hour.
Yeah?
Yes, it will shrink up a little bit. So what I like to do is like adding extra, like really
Yeah, so
pack
tuck
your
it
dish
in
full.
nice and tight.
Yeah, and all these little extra bits
Yes.
from the cabbage, because you take those leaves off.
Lay them on
Put them on the
top.
bottom, yeah. Top or the bottom.
Let
Just
them
don't waste
absorb
it.
the flavor.
Don't waste it. Get that in there. This is such
Oma needs a bit more blanket on that one.
a little bit more blanket.
Oma's getting cold.
Oh, but it's getting cold.
Oma's getting cold there, Clem.
Which one? There.
No, the last Oma there.
Yeah.
That Oma there. Yes,
This one,
and
yeah.
it's cold,
Okay,
yes.
Oma's
Oma's getting cold.
Okay.
Tuck her in.
There we go. Okay. So
You
there we
okay,
go.
Oma? Okay, she's good. She's good.
There we go. So yes.
Okay, Megan.
So this is how you do it with Daily Difference. We got our cooking sauce from Daily
Goodness.
Difference. We got our boerewors from Daily Difference. This it's the cooking sauce you need to have in your house. Okay?
Goodness.
It's so good.
It's
It's so
ready
good.
to go.
This goes to the oven. As you can see, cook up a little bit. The cabbage goes super soft and charry on the top. Inside, you got the most decadent, delicious meatball. That sauce, you serve that over rice, you serve that over mashed potato.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's Oma. Call your neighbors Oma. I don't know, call all the Omas you know and tell them this is dedicated to them.
Yeah, man.
This
Send it
is
to
the dish.
Send it to an Oma who maybe lives in your apartment block. Make that for them and share it. That'll be really cool. Very, very nice. Oh, man. And of course, what's also fantastic and great work from our friends at Woolworths, they're working together with the Gift of the Givers for the Fill a Bag campaign. And for as little as 10 Rand, you can make a donation that could help to fill a bag with essentials and wonderful items that could end up feeding a family. That 10
Yeah.
Rand could feed
It feeds one person for 3 days, but it feeds a family as well. I can't remember the number right now. But we spoke about this on Friday. So when I went home, because I was here, I watched it on YouTube, brought up that QR code again, and donated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little bit that you give makes such a huge difference.
Yeah, and over there you can see an example of what those bags look like. So thanks to Woolworths and the Gift of the Givers for inspiring Ubuntu during this time of COVID-19 and coronavirus pandemic. And of course, for this particular recipe, if you want to try it out for this evening, head on over to our website, expressoshow.com. Thanks, Chef.